This is my work. It is what I call abstractories. Abstractories are stories from abstract images. These stories are stories we make up all the time as children, looking at the clouds and looking at anything or peering into our imagination. We make up stories. So I came up with this idea as a result of wanting to do a book, wanting to do a children's book, but not using conventional images. I wanted to use abstract images because what we glean and what I can get from abstract images sometimes may be a little different than what the next person would get. For instance, in this story, this is what I call the watermelon story, which starts out as God, when God was all alone in the universe, when there was nothing at all, had a lot of ideas. These dots represent ideas. All the ideas were on the bedroom floor, much like toys in a child's bedroom. One day the ideas all came together, came to a point and made a sound. Not like the Big Bang, but more like music, because that's what I believe the Big Bang was, music. That music became colors and shapes and systems, which also became more swirls, and as the colors mixed and formed, they became universes and galaxies. These universes and galaxies became planets and moons and suns. And on one planet, the planet Earth, God planted a watermelon patch. Now God, in my opinion, can be male or female, can be a he or a she. So I can say she was sitting on the porch one day eating a watermelon, and she spit out the watermelon seed. The watermelon seed went up into the air beyond where there was nothing at all before God gathered his ideas. The watermelon seed went up, did a somersault, twist, back and a half flip, and back down through the universe, back down to everything, where everything was, and where nothing was at all, and gathered into itself love and wisdom and shapes and more colors. Those colors and shapes, love and wisdom and peace, became man and woman that grew up out of the ground from the watermelon seed that God spit out. Man and woman got together, and as men and women do, they had other ideas. And they had children. Children which had other ideas. Those ideas the children had, well, that starts another story. That story begins with children, as we know children. Children as 3 and 4 years old, they're not thinking about, I'm a boy, you a girl. They're thinking just about, we are just children, and we play together. And children play together, they laugh and talk, and as children grow older, they begin to look at stars and blow bubbles together and climb ladders, and they begin to think about things. And then they grow older, they discover we have bodies that are different than one another, bodies that we can hold hands with, bodies that have feet that we can go places with. Also, once they start holding hands and going places and sharing ideas, they begin to think in other terms, like, I have a father and mother, you have brothers and sisters. Then they think other ideas, then they figure out they have, well, other body parts. Those other body parts get together and have sex. Then there's drama. Drama, the mask of theater, the sad mask and the Happy Mask. And I have them both at each end because it encompasses the story, the drama of our lives, the drama of God and creation, the drama of boys and girls becoming adults, the drama of loving one another, having sex, the stories that we tell, the stories that we find in abstract images. These are the stories that I try to convey. I try to convey them through color, interpretation. It can be your own interpretation, whatever you wish. But this is my story, and you can look and find your own story in these. For instance, someone came in and said, I see in this story, I see the letters love, which is appropriate because it takes love, God's love, and our love for one another, for creation to happen, for the stories in our lives to take place. Stories that we pass down from generation to generation, stories that we tell each other. Stories, because that's all movies are, and books, and everything is a story, and that is what we love about one another. That's what we share with one another, and that's what my work is about, stories.